Charanam Sharanam Ramambike, Charanam Sharanam Trayambake. On this auspicious occasion of the Golden Jubilee celebrations of the Foundation Day of Rama Shakti Mission, I offer my most humble salutations at the lotus feet of Divine Mother. 50 glorious years have rolled by and Shaktinagar has grown by leaps and bounds, emerging as a Pavitra Punya Kshetra, sheltering and harboring many a pilgrims and nurturing thousands of thirsty souls searching for peace and happiness in this mundane world. It has indeed shone as a paradise on earth for sadhakas keen on pursuing their spiritual interests. More than anything, Shaktinagar was the heavenly abode of our beloved Divine Mother, and her lotus feet has touched this earth and has been sanctified by her divine presence. In short, Shaktinagar is a boon of love given to us by Divine Mother and is the fruit of Divine Mother's sacrifice that we are all enjoying now. To uplift the suffering souls, Divine Mother came into this world as a savior. Without looking into the competency of the approaching sadhakas, urged only by her boundless tender compassion, she gave all the priceless Upadesh. She did not care to find if we the disciples would be loyal to her and to her cause. She did not expect anything from us. To lighten our lot, she took upon herself our karmas and suffered joyfully. Such was her sacrifice, hidden from the knowledge of others. Mother says, the blessing and benediction of Divine Mother is always there, but to receive it, however, the disciple should develop a sincere yearning for God, a moral earnestness in one's conduct. The lovely lotus grows in a marshy pond, but the frogs which live near the stem are not at all aware of the sweet honey. It is happy to live in the slush. Similarly, when the heart blooms with divine love, sincere seekers arrive in the quest of God, but the ignorant worldly people around a divine person look upon him as an ordinary mortal. They go on with their mechanical routine of worldly life, ignoring the greatness of the divinity's presence. Divine Mother says, do not be like the frogs, my children. Be like the Brahmaras and enjoy the nectarian bliss of the Atman, which is in the lotus of your own heart. Let your face and vision be turned towards God. Once you get the mystic touch of the divine within your own heart, you can never thereafter give your heart to the perishable things of the world. By developing bhakti towards the chosen deity, by practicing namasmarana and meditation, and by keeping the mind pure through noble associations, the glow of Chaitanya, a luster of the spirit, will manifest itself in the devotee, and he will get a new energy, not only to do sadhana, but also to do his worldly duties. In this age of Kali, Divine Mother, with her insight into the structure and nature of human minds, has chalked out a path of synthesis. It is not meditation alone that she has prescribed, but also how to bring the mind slowly under control, how to reform and transform it by means of devotion and namasmarana has been clearly explained by her. There is sweetness in the name of God, but this sweetness is experienced only if the sadhaka has developed devotion. The love-filled heart overflows in self-forgetting bliss when the name of beloved is chanted. Let us look at Purandara Dasa, a multi-millionaire, who was the very embodiment of miserliness, who loved money more than his kith and kin, but renounced at a stroke his entire wealth and wandered as a singing minstrel of God. Once he was awakened to the glory of God, he was dead to the world. He lived only for God. The mind of a true devotee is like the Garuda with upturned gaze, Urdhva Drishti, soaring high up in the sky in God contemplation. The kite too is like Garuda in appearance and soars high up in the sky, but the moment it sees a piece of flesh, it stoops down to the earth to pick it up. Similar is the mental state of a lukewarm aspirant. While in the company of devotees and in the presence of his guru, His mind is on spiritual things, but the moment he chances to see an attractive sense object, his mind slips away from the spiritual ideals and he indulges in the enjoyment of sense pleasure. Divine Mother says, "My children should be like Garuda, with their minds and heart fixed in God only. The housefly sits on holy and unholy things. It sits for a moment on a lovely flower or the image of God. Next moment it is seen sitting on filth as well. But a bee sits only on flowers, and its gaze is on the sweet and delicious honey. The mind of a worldly minded sadhaka is like a fly. It sometimes enjoys listening to the glories of God, other times it is immersed in sense pleasures also." Divine Mother says, "Your mind should be like the bee, reveling in the honey of God love." The Guru's watchful, nectarine, compassionate glance is always on us, the disciples. But we cannot feel this as long as our attention is on the unreal, on the external and the ephemeral. To be a receptacle of divine grace, we should be in rapport with the Guru. We should cleanse our mind by remembrance, smarana, by chanting the name, japa, by meditation, dhyana, and by pure conduct, acharana shuddhi. Divine Mother says, the real wealth, the genuine friend, the unfailing support in happiness and distress, Savior at the end of life, is your devotion to the lotus feet of your Guru. All achievements in life pale into insignificance before the glory of devotion to your Guru. Honey and ghee are both very nice. By itself it is very tasty, but when they are mixed, that mixture is all the more delicious. Similarly, bhakti and jnana are both significant in spirituality. The delectable sweetness of bhakti becomes pronounced when love for the deity overflows during bhajans. Whatever be the circumstances we will have to live in, let us constantly remember Divine Mother. How can we forget that even while living in Duryodhana's capital, Vidura did not forget Sri Krishna? During the advent of God on earth as avatar, he grants divine vision to his disciples and reveals to them his numerous bewitching leelas and divine glories. In the battlefield of Kurukshetra, on the eve of commencement of Mahabharat war, Bhagavan Sri Krishna granted such divine vision to Arjun and showed him the matchless splendor of his cosmic form, and the rest we know is history, with Arjun's name immortalized in Bhagavad Gita. Brothers and sisters, you and I have seen the embodiment of divinity, the incarnated radiance of Mother Shakti. We have received the highest teaching and have been very blessed to have seen in our own eyes the samadhis, bhavas and leelas of Divine Mother. Yet, how is that our minds are not merging in the Brahman? Isn't it high time that we need to introspect ourselves deeply? Brothers and sisters, it is better late than never. On this great occasion, let us awake from our deep slumber and look within ourselves. Let us introspect deeply, analyze our growth in spirituality and access the measure of our success, and also detect our shortcomings and failings and seek measures to improve ourselves. Let us turn our mind inwards. He who looks within comes nearer the Guru. Unless the thorn that I am the body is removed and cast aside, we cannot come to the path of Nivritti. We cannot transcend the realm of Prakriti. Sachidananda Guru is supremely great, but great is the responsibility of us, the disciples. It is the disciple who has to proclaim the power of the Guru, preach the Guru's message, uphold the glory of the divine name, and demonstrate the sweetness of bhakti. Mother came with her heart overflowing with tender compassion and boundless love. How can we forget those eyes, twin fountains of prem, pouring forth the nectar of love, and which, with a single glance, completely changed so many lives, and her compassion was a soothing balm for hundreds who came flocking to her for solace. Mother says, "Children, fear not. You are the cubs, familiar with the roar of the lioness, your divine mother. Do not bleat like lambs. Feel that you belong to nobody and nobody belongs to you. Mother knows even your innermost thoughts and feelings. If you take one step towards her, she will take 100 steps towards you." Brothers and sisters, should not the pure tears of love flow from our eyes when we contemplate on the radiant form of the eternal Mahatapaswini, the Divine Mother of the universe? Are we not the blessed children who drank to our heart's contentment the nectar of our motherly love, and whose ears have heard the love-soaked words of the Mother of infinite love? Countless lives have already been spent in pursuit of pleasure in the external world. In this life, we have received the word of wisdom of teaching regarding higher life. So, now onwards, let us turn our mind inwards towards divinity. Today, I feel very nostalgic thinking about the glorious, innumerable, unforgettable moments we experienced at Divine Mother's lotus feet, and I was lucky to have been a witness to this great occasion 50 years ago, a tiny little tot tagging along with my mother, late Mrs. Ramani Somasundaram, who was the founder member of this great mission. Wherever I may be today, I can always feel the presence and guidance of Divine Mother in every step that I take. Divine Mother is indeed an votary of love and compassion in our lives. Make your home a heaven is the clarion call of the Divine Mother to thousands of devotees who have taken refuge in her guidance and grace. It is precisely this message that has to be carried to everyone on this globe. Brothers and sisters, the celebration of an event of deep spiritual significance like this, the Golden Jubilee celebration of the Foundation Day, should be expressive of our spirit of dedication to the sacred cause. Let us realize the sacredness of our spiritual obligation to Divine Mother and become vehicles of Mother's divine love and interpreters of her teaching. Let us remain united in a common bond of strong devotion to Divine Mother and continue our steadfast loyalty to our Rama Shakti mission and the avowed ideals it stands for. Jai Mata.